Hey guys, welcome to a all-new, very special episode of the Chuckload of Comics show, your source for nerd news, movie reviews, comic book talk, everything that happens in the world of fandom. Every single week we break it down for you on Sunday right here on YouTube. It's like headline news for nerds and headline news for geeks. Guys, if this is your first time to the Chuckload of Comics show, take a second, click the subscribe button, join the Chuckload of Comics fan community where we basically just talk about all the nerdy stuff that happened every single week right here on YouTube every single Sunday. We've got a massive crop of nerd news for you guys this week, guys. Robert Pattinson, I'm saying this with way too much excitement, tested positive for COVID-19, which has halted the production on the Batman movie. We're going to dive into that in just a minute. Mulan is finally streaming on Disney+. Woohoo! We have not seen it, but we're going to be reading the reviews and the fans' and critics' reactions to the Mulan movie. DUNE. If you didn't know, DUNE leaked some... there was a leaked teaser trailer for DUNE that dropped, so we were lucky enough to snag some screenshots before Warner Brothers completely took the thing down. So we're going to show you those and talk about what we're seeing in this new DUNE teaser trailer. And finally, The Mandalorian. This week they released the official Season 2 release date. We're going to talk about that, the trailer, what we expect to see in Season 2 of Mandalorian. So lots of stuff to dive into, and to help us dive into this news for the first time at Chuckload of Comics for a really long time, our good friend Kyra's back. Kyra, welcome back.
Hi, guys. I missed you so much.
Welcome back to Chuckload of Comics.
Thank you.
What have you been doing during your quarantine, or have you been quarantining?
We've all been quarantining.
We've all been quarantining, but my job
Hopefully.
doesn't let me do it 100%. But what have I been doing? I've been wearing a mask.
Good.
I've been washing my hands.
Good. Are people still washing their hands? Is that still a thing?
It should be.
That was so April.
That was so April. Just been
Well, it's
living.
good to have you back. I was just
Thank
on
you.
Facebook the other day, and I saw when David Harbour answered your question on Mainframe. I was like, oh yeah, Kyra.
One of the peaks of my life. Honestly, I don't know how to pass that ever again. That was just like, I still can't believe that happened, by the way, Shauna.
Mainframe's
love
great.
it.
Wow, just hearing him say my name a couple times was like, that's enough.
Kyra.
And then the laugh, the genuine laugh.
Yes.
I was like, I don't think I've even seen him laugh that hard on Stranger Things or in any movie he's been in. Like, wow, like, holy shit.
Well, Shauna, are you ready to get into this week's nerd news?
I am absolutely ready.
All right, guys, we got quite a bit to talk about, so here it is, this week's nerd news. Check it out. All right, guys, so the first big nerd news story that dropped this week, this one sent massive ripples around the pond that is the fandom community, guys. Robert Pattinson tested, I say that with too much excitement, Robert Pattinson
This is sad.
test positive for COVID-19, which
Right?
has halted production on the Batman. This was the biggest news that dropped this week, pretty much across the board. The news came from a report from Vanity Fair. What Vanity Fair said, they said a member of the Batman production has tested positive for COVID-19 and is isolating in accordance with established protocols. Filming is temporarily paused. They said that a member of the Batman production tested positive. It was later revealed through insider sources that member was, in fact, Robert Pattinson.
No wonder why they didn't say his name to begin with.
Well,
right?
Kyra, we haven't really spoken about the Batman trailer. We haven't really sat down with you.
So many feelings, so much excitement.
What'd you think about the DC fandom trailer for the Batman that dropped?
I mean,
it's pretty good, right?
I went into it like, okay, but I love the cast. I love Robert Pattinson.
Oh my
I
gosh.
believe in him so much, and everybody just brands him as this Twilight vampire from their teenage years. And I'm like, okay, yes, he was that. And everybody who was in Twilight essentially just feels some type of way about it either way. But I think he's done so much good after Twilight. And I think he's just so developed as an actor. People don't give him enough credit.
Yeah.
And I think, so he did this article with, I think it was like GQ or something, where he's been quarantined and he like took pictures of himself. And he like did the whole interview.
Is that the one where he talked about how he wasn't going to talk to his personal trainer or he wasn't working out? Was that the same article?
There was something weird. Like he mentioned eating, like when he gets hungry, it's like a can of tuna. He's on this insane protein diet. Like it was like kind of weird, but it was like he's in that zone.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? It kind of just like, okay, well, he's like alone. He's probably not going crazy, but I mean, he's definitely like in character, probably just so focused on being Batman. I think the trailer was amazing.
It was amazing. It was dark as
It
hell.
was so emo, and like one of my favorite Nirvana songs is just playing in the background.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Underneath
oh,
the
that
bridge.
was just
Underneath the bridge. Underneath the bridge.
It was like perfect. I think it's going to be incredible. And
That
not only
ass beating scene was awesome.
Oh
He
my-
just beat the crap out of the guy in like 5 seconds.
music stops, and it's just like him just full force. Like,
I mean, honestly, the Riddler wrapping that guy's face in duct tape. Okay, he has
So
COVID.
much.
There's your take. Now, let's talk about the trailer just a little bit. Like, when Riddler was wrapping that dude's face in duct tape, like, could you imagine dying by duct tape?
Oh my gosh.
Did anybody even know? Like, is,
Oh
is
my
that
God,
ever
it's
even
so
an
cool.
option of death? I mean,
No idea.
there's so much in this trailer. I feel like you could just
Yeah.
do a whole video about breaking down the trailer because it's just.
It feels like
much.
Seven. You know, it feels like this
Right?
dark kind of
Yes.
movie.
Oh, I never even thought about
Very
that. It
excited
does
about
Yeah.
have
Like,
It's
he's going to go
feelings.
off on a killing spree,
Yeah.
and then because he's the Riddler, and so
Right.
then Batman has to figure it all out. God, I'm so excited for this movie.
It's
But-
going to be great.
So they just started. They announced at the Fandom that they were starting production back up, and then they started production back up, and now they got to cancel again. I'm questioning.
COVID strikes again.
Roundtable to you guys. I mean,
Yeah.
so what do you think? Like, what does this tell you about the measures that are being taken on movie sets to lower the risk of COVID? Because I've seen online, some people are saying this is a sign that better measures need to be taken.
Right.
But then other people, and I agree with this, is that they feel, I feel that this is a sign that the proper measures are being taken
Right.
because they caught him and they isolated him and they stopped production.
Yeah.
And they 100% stopped production because I've also heard things of, we heard rumor that maybe they were going to continue production, but without him.
Like other
Yeah.
scenes
Other
with him not in it.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they said absolutely not. Like everyone that's been around him is being quarantined
Exactly.
also.
You don't know if he
good.
gave it to some grip or
Right.
somebody
else could have it. I mean, you just never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think it might have been Robert Meyer Burnett who said that, of course, they're taking proper actions, and you kind of have to relate it to like driving a car. Maybe it was John Campea said it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're driving a car blindfolded, that's obviously not a good idea. You're
Right.
going to get in an accident. But
Right.
even just driving a car, there's still potential, without a blindfold,
Right.
there's still potential
Right.
to get into an accident. So even if you're taking precautions, you could still get
It could still
COVID.
happen. It's I think they did the right thing for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, everybody's mad. We all
Right.
hate COVID. COVID ruined everybody's year and probably
It
years
did.
to come. But I mean,
We're not going to see this movie till 2022
22.
anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, they already have a 2021 release date. There's no way. And they've only shot, I think, like 2 weeks worth of shooting. Then they started back up, and now they got to stop again. I mean,
Right,
they're
it's
not
gonna
going to
push
start
things back.
shooting again. They might take extra precautions and wait
Right.
till
Yeah.
after the new year to
or
start shooting again. Who
isolated
knows?
things. Yeah, isolated scenes or something. But yeah, I mean, you know what? At this point, I'm down to wait.
Yeah.
We have so many Batman movies we can rewatch in the meantime.
Right.
Exactly.
We have enough
That's a good
right now
point.
for the Batman archive.
We can still chew on that trailer for another 6 months.
I can.
and-
I honestly haven't watched it enough. I think I watched it like 4 or 5 times,
So
literally
good.
within the span of 20 minutes. Because what was it, like a minute, 10 seconds?
yeah, it was almost 2
It was
minutes.
short,
trailer,
but
yeah.
it felt.
They
like
packed a
there's
lot in
so
there.
much.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
Hope he gets better. We love you, Robert.
yeah,
Pattinson.
man.
We
Robert
are
Pattinson.
fans. We are fans.
Wash your hands, wear a mask, and don't spread it around
It
to the
should
other
be easy, right? Well,
castmates.
I guess Batman kind of.
He is a cowl.
He's always
It's
wearing a mask, although
but
it's open. That's, a
That's
good point.
why. That's why they need to make a new Batman.
The most
for
contagious
COVID.
parts are wide open.
Damn it.
So, guys, let us know in the comment section. What do you think about the Batman news? Do you think we're going to see Batman in 2021? I totally don't. But more about that later, guys. So, in other big news this week, Mulan finally dropped streaming on Disney Plus. If you are a Disney Plus subscriber, for an extra $30, you can now watch Mulan. We'll talk about that in just a second because a lot of people are really hating on that, but I don't really give a shit. So we actually, I hate to say it, we actually tried to watch it on a pirated site the other day because I'm not
happens.
sure if I wanted to pay
Right.
$30
That's
to
steep.
watch Mulan. Well, it didn't work, so I didn't get a chance to watch Mulan. But I've been so excited about Mulan since we got the first couple of trailers. The movie looks outstanding.
It looks
I love
great.
period pieces. I love on location stuff. So we're gonna read some of the first kind of reviews, the Twitter reviews for the new Mulan movie. They're all very positive.
That's good. That's good.
The first one comes, Shauna, are you ready?
I'm ready.
First one comes from TFIC, who wrote, just finished watching Mulan, and it was amazing watching an Asian woman kicking ass.
Woohoo!
Loyal, brave, and
Yes.
true. Asian woman is in all caps.
Love it.
In T5s.
That's important. That's an
I know.
important detail that I'm glad they actually put authentic characters
Yeah.
in this movie because, I mean, there's been so many horrible examples of people trying to adapt different cultures
Right.
and different societies and just putting the wrong cast. I think that's one of the most important parts of the movie is that they casted correctly.
It's like in Doctor Strange when you recast the Ancient One as a Caucasian woman. You couldn't put an Asian man in there? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a whole other.
But yeah, Asian woman kicking ass!
Yeah.
Exclamation point! Loyal, brave, and true. The next one comes from Alora B, who writes, "OMG!" from Alora B.
Good start.
Mulan is freaking amazing! 3 exclamation points. She writes, so worth the wait. Everything was perfect. I just wish it was longer. I'm so happy with it.
Wow.
Kara, you got your phone? What's the runtime
Yeah, I was just
on
gonna say.
Mulan?
Let's see.
I wish it was longer.
So you said, "Oh my God, Mulan is freaking amazing! So worth the wait."
Wish it was
Wasn't that much of a wait, really? I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
it was supposed to come out a couple months ago in theaters, like
just
literally
dropped it.
a month ago, 2
Right.
months ago. So wait, it wasn't much of a wait. They didn't postpone it for
That's
very
true.
long. Really
It's
surprised.
2 hours flat.
2
by the
hours
way.
flat. Good long movie.
Which is more than, I mean, I guess
Yeah.
all we have is, I don't know if there's any other adaptations, but the cartoon is what I'm familiar with.
Probably
I don't
90
think that was
minutes.
anywhere near
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah.
You know, it's a Disney movie. They're usually like they're like an hour 20 or something.
Good.
Right.
2 hour.
Okay.
So this next one comes from Maverick with a Y.
All right.
Maverick and no C,
interesting.
just Mavryk writes, yeah, I watched Mulan. Yeah, I watched Mulan, and yes, it was good.
Yay.
There's no musical numbers, but if you watch the original, you'll see the references. That's cool. He said on par with the Jungle Book in terms of remakes,
Yay.
great in its own way, and slightly more accurate to the source material, worth the ticket price. Source
Wow.
material, is he talking about the historical?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's
Source material being history.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Source material.
He said it's worth the ticket price. He said it's worth the $30. And honestly, if you have a family of 4,
Right.
you're not going to go see a movie for $30 anyway.
Right. That's
right.
Very
no,
true.
especially on select days. So my thing is, they said it was like kind of like Jungle Book, but I feel like one of my favorite parts of Mulan was Mushu.
I've never seen Mulan.
Oh my
but
God! So
Mushu's
Eddie
the dragon, I assume.
Eddie Murphy plays Mushu,
Heard
and it's
about
just
that.
the best comedic relief. And I mean, to me, like, it's okay that there's not music in it.
Yeah.
But just growing up in that time, I think I was probably like 7 years old when
Sure.
Mulan came out. Those are some of the best songs in any Disney movie.
Really?
Like,
I've never seen it.
oh my God! I mean,
would you like to see a singing, talking comedic dragon in a live action
I
Mulan
feel like
movie?
they can. I feel like they can do it now. Like maybe a couple of years ago they couldn't get away with it, but I feel like they have the
That's
technology. But I'm like glad. I'm almost glad they didn't because I feel like that would have distracted from the culture approach, the society, like staying to the roots of Mulan because
Yeah.
that story is so true. I mean, but Mushu definitely that would probably be the only thing I'd be like, oh, shit, like
You're not the
Yeah.
only. You're not the only
Yeah,
person
no,
who
a
said
lot of
that.
people-
that was so funny. And like this came out in like late 90s. Christina Aguilera had a song in it. I remember that. I mean, I
wow.
used to
I
cry to this song. It was
Really?
like it was called Reflection. This song was really big.
I remember that.
I would try to sing it, but I don't want to do that. But I feel like the songs were just so funny and like meaningful. And I mean, I cried
See,
in
I
Mulan.
like the
Mulan made me
fact that
cry.
it's a little bit more
Serious?
of a historical serious
Yeah,
movie because
me
I
too.
love movies like The Last Emperor,
Yeah.
Last Samurai. I like
Last
movies.
Samurai and
Is that the Tom Cruise one?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's probably the only Tom Cruise movie I like.
Oh,
you
good.
guys.
Oh, wow.
We do have one
Oh,
more review. We got one more review here from you for you. It's from Seattle Sure.
All right,
She
Seattle.
writes, and
Love.
she's very direct in this. She says, "Do not, I repeat, do not believe the critics when they say Mulan isn't that great. Idiots be lying. It's just great. It's amazing.
It's not just
faultless.
great.
It's not just great. It's amazing. Faultless.
Wow.
I really want to
So-
watch this movie now, you guys.
She really likes it.
These reviews sold me. Like
I know.
I wasn't iffy about it before, but like the $30 thing, I was probably going to
Yeah.
wait for a torrent.
Exactly.
To be completely honest, we're in Corona.
I
Everything's
was going to ask you, what was your excitement level before these reviews, and has these moved your nerd needle one way or the other?
These reviews have totally, like I said, they've sold me on it. And
Yeah.
I wasn't honestly giving much thought to Mulan with all of the nerd news we have these past couple months with
Oh, yeah.
everything I love. Mulan was kind of like last on my radar, but it was always there because I loved that growing up.
Yeah.
Now after these reviews, I'm just like, I really just have to see it for myself. I mean, it sounds amazing.
It's important to note that it's currently streaming online for $30 on Disney Plus. But if you have patience, the movie will be available to stream for free on Disney Plus on December 4th. So if you can wait
That's too
till
long.
I know.
December,
I don't think I can wait. We're gonna have a
Right.
movie night, guys. We're gonna
yeah,
watch
what's $30 split between friends?
Yeah.
I mean that's
It's
nothing.
not a big deal at all.
Right.
I
Venmo
think-
your friends. Get
Yeah,
a group.
Just do it.
Yeah.
I say we
So
just do it.
Share a login. You know.
so you
Everybody
won't
can watch
wait.
it.
You won't wait till December. You're ready to watch it now, Shauna.
You
too,
guys,
Kyra?
I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna watch it this week.
I
now.
think I'm
I will
gonna
pay
watch
it for
it too.
myself. We'll pay the $30 myself for me and my siblings because it's just. I think it's important. I
Yeah.
think it's important for people to watch. I really
These
do.
reviews are great. The bad reviews that I saw, and I don't want to just talk about Mulan all day, but the bad reviews were really just people saying that they were pissed about the $30 thing.
Yeah,
I haven't
that's
seen a
true.
lot. There are reviews out there that say blah blah blah. It's not
Yeah.
the best movie in the world. It's missing this, that, and the other. Some of the plot details
Yeah.
are kind of like far fetched and hard to
Sure.
believe. But
There's always
most
gonna
of the
be those
reviews
people.
are
Yeah,
very
right,
positive.
exactly.
Yeah.
I believe WGN gave it like a B+ or something.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
WGN.
positive
Could have
review.
did a little better than that, but I mean, okay.
So I really want to know from you guys in the comment section, have you watched Mulan yet? What were your opinions of the film? What'd you think about it? Did it exceed your expectations? Did it not live up to them? Because the trailers have looked great. I'm really curious from you people who have watched it. I'm probably going to watch it this weekend for sure.
Totally.
Absolutely.
So next big nerd news story of the week. Kyra, I know you're really excited. But if you see the picture behind me, all you can probably see is a D and a U.
Here's a
and
close-up
half
version
of it.
of the
There it
picture.
is.
Play Wheel of
Dune.
Fortune.
The Denis Villeneuve movie Dune leaked there was a teaser trailer, a trailer for the trailer that leaked online this week. It's since been taken down all over the place.
Illegally, yeah.
Illegally.
I think they aired this trailer for the trailer maybe in theaters. Maybe it was before Tenet in certain theaters.
Yeah.
Somebody videotaped
okay.
it.
Somebody got it.
Somebody
They
videotaped
were
it
on
with
it.
their cell phone. It has since been taken down.
It was
You can
not me, I
probably
promise.
find it on Reddit. I was
Right.
looking for it today. I couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
but
I will look later. I'm sure I can go in the deep dark web and
you can find it.
I'm gonna find it.
Well,
You guys.
we found some of the photos, some of the still shots from the leaked trailer. We're gonna break them down for you, show some of the things. There might be some spoilers here because Kyra, you've read.
Guys.
You're currently on like book 3 of Dune.
I'm on four, and I haven't shut up about it, have I? For the
So-
past 2
That
months,
you
you guys,
haven't, I
I
know.
haven't.
I love that you know the source material.
Yeah.
Shauna and I do not. I'm going into this Dune movie completely with virgin eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing about the story. I know nothing about the characters. So I'm going to lean on you heavily as we go
Absolutely.
through some of these
Let's do it.
photos. So let's just dive right into them. Kyra, tell us a little bit of these characters. The first one we see is Oscar Isaac playing, I think it's Leto Atreides.
Leto, yeah.
Leto Atreides. Tell us about who Leto Atreides is.
So he is going to be the patriarch, the father of Paul, the father of the main character of the book. He is just going to be like the head honcho. Very strong, powerful. I think Oscar Isaac was casted perfectly as it. It's hard to talk about this without giving spoilers. You guys,
Okay.
I try to do this with you guys when I tell you about it
Yeah.
because it's just, like you said, I just want
The
you.
main character?
He's
Like-
going to be a main character.
Okay.
Just a very powerful character, a very intelligent, a very smart. People respect him a lot. He is just, he's going to be great.
Is
And
he
I just-
the central character of the film, or is there no real central character of the film?
Well, see, it's like so hard to say that because
It's all over the place.
I mean, he's definitely a central figure. It's not focused on him though.
Okay.
It's heavily involved with
Even though
him.
I don't know anything about Dune,
Yeah.
I'm going to relate it to Star Wars
Oh,
as we
let's go.
think. Like if you say,
Poe
is
Dameron.
Darth Vader the main character? Is Luke Skywalker the main character? Is Yoda the main? Like there's
Yeah.
so
Right.
many.
There's so many
storylines. It's
storylines.
probably
They're all
not,
yeah. They're all important.
that's my 2 cents.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, the whole Star
Good
Wars
point.
thing with Dune is just, it's hand in hand. I mean, that's a whole other thing.
Okay.
But no, I think Leto, and
Leto.
again, the pronunciations
We'll
of
call
these
him Leto.
characters, all these words in this book. I mean, I'm like sounding out. I'm like going through phonics again. I'm like L-E-T, and it's just like, it's so beautiful. Frank Herbert just, it was
Well, he
amazing.
looks really cool. The next one is it Chani? Am I saying that right? Zendaya.
I
as
think it's Chani. I think it's Chani.
So Zendaya is Chani.
Perfectly
You saw
casted.
these photos. What do you think about her look? Her costume looks pretty cool.
I'm obsessed with Zendaya. I
Yeah.
think she's literally just one of the best actresses, the best young actresses in any genre. She can just play so many people. She's been in so many different things. Chani. Oop,
Whoop. Yeah, you love that
sorry,
spring.
sorry guys.
Bong.
That was for Chani. No. So she's
More of a Mulan sound effect.
It honestly did sound like the
Gong.
bong.
All right.
Wow, I'm so awkward. Chani is going to be the love interest of another main character, and she is going to play not I would say a central role, but definitely a pivotal, a necessary role in the character build-up of somebody else. And I think Zendaya is just, I mean, kind of in Spider-Man almost. It's kind of like I would relate it to that with Peter Parker.
Gotcha.
And MJ, kind
So
of like
she's
that.
a love interest.
She's
Yeah.
a Mary
Is
Jane
she one of the
the group.
female Jedis you were telling us about earlier, or is she not?
No, she's not. She would have been great
Okay.
at that, though, too. But she is also one of the natives of the planet Dune.
Okay.
And she is just very... Anybody who lives on Dune in general, I mean, they don't have a lot of water. They don't have a lot of natural resources. You have to be super smart with every little step you take to survive on that planet. So she's just super intelligent, super smart, super nurturing. Those people on Dune are just... They just do things differently.
Really?
It's really beautiful. They're just, it's like a whole different way of life. It's hard to describe.
What about this next one? This next one is the character of Lady Jessica, played by Rebecca Ferguson. Guys, you know
love her.
Rebecca Ferguson, if you saw Dr. Sleep, she played Rose the Hat
Yes.
in Dr. Sleep. Phenomenally, by the way. But anyway, what can you tell us about Lady Jessica?
So that's the Jedi coming in. So the Jedi are based off of, and again,
They're not called Jedi, right?
No, they're. I'm gonna say this wrong. I still don't know how to say any of these words. I haven't seen the original movie. The Ben Gesserit is what they're called. And
Sounds good to me.
Right, it works. So the Jedi are based off this, and it's you can only be a woman if you're into that category, and it's just basically women Jedi.
That's
and they
awesome.
have all of the mind tricks. They're super intelligent. They just they can they can just do so much. But Lady Jessica is also a central character. A lot of heavy influence on main characters because she obviously plays another, she's a mother of somebody. And also she's in that whole, I would call it almost like a coven of Jedi,
Oh,
you
nice.
know? So they just, these Ben Gesserit witches, they go back in time. They're just like ancient, Jedi rituals, just so many, and it's very hard to become one. You have to go through so much training. It's pretty much just line in
pretty
line
much
with
like
Jedi,
Star
but I think
Wars.
they're cooler. Yeah, I think they're cooler
I like
because
that
you
they're
can
all women.
You
That's
can only be
cool.
a woman, and it's just because of the woman's mindset is their whole thing. And I think that's what's really cool about Dune is that at that time this book came out in the '60s. I mean, women were there, but it's just such a woman forward book as well as being male because the main character is male and he leads the way, but there's just such this. It's so equal.
So is she like the Yoda, or is she a main character of?
She's not a Yoda.
She's not the Yoda.
I'm indifferent.
Is she like an
about
Obi-Wan?
her.
Is she just a random Padawan?
You guys, I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not a huge fan of her. I
Okay.
really am not, and
Good
I'm
to
gonna leave
know.
it at that.
Well, I want to ask you about this
Yeah.
next character because this one really got me excited. We see Dave Bautista as Baron Harkonnen
Yeah.
or Harkonnen.
Of course,
Yeah.
the picture says Robin.
It says Robin, but
It
I
was
think
leaked,
is
right?
it Baron? Is it Baron
I think it's
Harkonnen?
Baron, yeah.
Okay, so what can you tell us
B-A-R-O-N.
about Baron Harkonnen and Dave Bautista? Like, obviously, he looks pretty badass. In
Yeah.
this.
So I've never saw the original movie, but from what they describe him in the book, he's this huge, physically evil, manipulative, just disgusting character. And he is also in like a huge position of power, and he's just the villain. He's the villain.
He's the bad
just,
guy.
He's
Okay,
not as
good to
cool
know.
as like a cool bad guy villain. He's like a lazy kind of big
Kinda
guy
like Jabba
villain
the Hutt?
He's the Jabba the Hutt.
who just has a lot of power. Yeah.
You think they based Jabba the Hutt on Baron
off-
Harkonnen?
Maybe potentially off him, but in the further books, yes. You guys on the fourth one, there is
Interesting.
definitely somebody off Jabba the Hutt.
Interesting.
This Dune is just, you guys, it's hard to talk about it without spoilers, but I mean, he's an evil character.
Okay, I didn't even know that. I didn't know he was
Definitely
a
the
bad guy.
antagonist.
Sweet.
It's definitely going to be like when you see the bad scenes or him like plotting. That's what it's going to be, I think.
Oh God, that's got me excited. Perfect casting, I think. 'cause
Yeah.
Obviously, Denis Villeneuve had Dave Bautista in one of my favorite scenes of Blade Runner 2049.
Yes.
He crushed it, but not nearly enough of him. So, is Harkonnen in the movie consistently? I mean, is he in the story? He's like a main character. We'll see a lot of Bautista.
Absolutely, he's a main character. Like I said, he's just the antagonist. He's going to be who they're kind of dealing with the whole time, trying to figure out. Not quite hating so much, but definitely like, how do we overcome? You
Okay.
know, he's
kind of a
definitely a hated character. He's a
gangster
hated
bad
character.
guy.
Yeah, and he's very easy to hate in the books. He's just he's nasty. He's disgusting, quite frankly. The way Frank Herbert writes about him is just not nice. But I mean, it happens, you know.
Well, the last thing we saw in these were these ornithopters, which I understand weren't in the original film. But what are the ornithopters? Do they look kind of the way you pictured them in your head? Are they like? What do you think? Is this even like move your nerd needle at all? Seeing ornithopters, or is it just a ship and you don't really care?
I mean, that wasn't I feel like that's like a big detail of like the book.
Are there lots of them, or is it just
well, yeah,
like
they
one?
bring him to the planet.
So it's not like, it's not the Millennium Falcon. There's
No.
everybody's got an ornithopter.
I mean, I don't think everybody has one, but they're like people that are on the planet are just like, what the hell are these things? They're kind of just like, think about it. It's a sand planet, kind of like Tatooine, you guys. Not like Coruscant, right?
Interesting.
Because I feel like the Atreides are coming from a Coruscant planet and they're going to a Tatooine planet, which is just dust, and just little temple houses. So everyone's kind of just like, holy shit, who are these people? I think it's like an important detail, and I think it's cool because they have the technology to do it.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be like really cool scenes.
So it blows
I think.
people's mind when these things land, right?
Yeah, they're just going to be.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like the natives, they see these things and freak out. Is that? Or is it really not that big of a?
To me, it wasn't that big of a deal because I'm just so character focused, and I'm just like. I mean, I think they're a detail. I think they're important. It just kind of represents like who the Atreides are and like what they have and how powerful they are and the machines and the weaponry they have. Because these people didn't have that. These people are riding worms around.
Oh, see, we didn't see. I don't think there were any worm
Matt,
shots.
you didn't get to see the sand
but
worm.
let's go ahead and because we want to move on to our next story. But this time last week, the Empire Weekly covers came out, which had 3 cast covers. One of them was very kind of bluish. Mm-hmm. The other one was kind of gray. So is that like you saw them? Any first impressions on? I don't want to. You don't have to describe them, but
I love them. I love the detail.
Did they up your excitement level? Do you like the way they look?
They definitely up my excitement because I never saw the original movie. I heard very mixed things about it. I do want to watch it eventually, but I kind of don't. I'm indifferent. I really like the detail they did with the still suits. I liked the melange, the spice. They when you have that, your eyes are blue. I like that the detail that the people were taking it, their eyes were blue. I like so in each magazine cover, it was the group of people that they're native to, right? So I thought that was cool that they kind of like made it easy for people to understand.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so like Paul is with his mother, he's with his father, you know. And then Chani, Zendaya, she's with her people as well.
And there was that third that I think is the gaping maw of the worm, or is that an eyeball?
It's an eyeball.
Is it an eyeball, or is it?
Yeah.
When I first saw it, I thought it was the mouth of the.
Did I see the
I thought it looks like an eye.
Is it
to me.
just a big blue eye?
I don't remember that.
It could be. Maybe that's the mystery of it. Is you just don't know.
But
I don't know, guys.
That sandworm. I mean, to me, that's more. I mean, they're probably waiting because it's. But to me, that's more important than the whatever the hell it's called.
Ornithopters.
The sandworm is. The huge.
I can't wait to see.
That's a huge part of the book.
Well, guys, we could talk about Dune freaking all day. So
shout out Timothée Chalamet. That one's going to be great too.
Shout out to Timothée Chalamet. This might be a very moot point at this point because, like, by the time this show airs, we might have already seen.
You never
the
know.
trailer.
It might be leaked to everybody.
It could be leaking right this second, but we just don't know. But it was fun talking about it, man. I couldn't be more excited. I'm way more excited about Dune than probably any other movie. Between now and the end of the year. So, guys, let us know what you think. Did you see the trailer? Can you describe it for us in the comment section?
Because I would love dying to know.
I would love a full description, guys. So sound off in the comment section. Let us know what you think about these photos and if you saw the trailer and did it blow your hair back. So final nerd news story of the week. It was a big week. Right? So much stuff dropped this week.
So much.
Well, one of the most crazy, awesome, dope things that dropped this week from the people over at Disney Plus was The Mandalorian. Yay. They tweeted that we got a release date for Mandalorian season 2.
Finally.
At the time of this taping, we have not seen the trailer yet, but again, that might change. We got a little bit of new imagery in the form of a logo. So previously announced, I mean, we all knew. Based on what they announced is that Mandalorian is coming out October 2020. The second season is set to arrive in that time period, just as promised, October 30th. Release date.
So excited. Halloween, let's go.
Couldn't have pushed it any further into October if they tried.
I know, right?
Right, like just right there at the end.
This comes from a tweet from the Mandalorian Twitter page that dropped this week. They said, "This is the day. New episodes start streaming October 30th on Disney Plus. Hashtag The Mandalorian." I want to point out the fact that they said new episodes, plural.
You're right.
New episodes start streaming on October 30th. No chance they're just going to binge this thing, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think so. I mean, considering what they did with the first season, you know.
Right. What did they do with the first season?
They only dropped like the first 2 episodes, I think, but they were like 20 minutes long. They were super short.
We thought we were going to get way more, and we were all waiting on. It was Sunday, right? It was a Sunday.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be an hour-long show, and then it wound up being a 30-minute show.
At least 45 minutes. minutes, you know? It's like replacing my Game of Thrones binge.
Right?
I need that hour of Star Wars. I have nothing now. There's a void. We need it. Clone Wars is over. We needed this.
So
But
we'll
I mean,
probably
I'm
get
so
at least
happy.
2 episodes, you think?
I'm thinking
on
although,
October 30th.
We did look on IMDb and they have 4 episodes listed. Not titles of the episodes,
Good
but
point.
they do say
But they're starting
2.1,
to
2.2,
starting to fill it
2.3,
up.
2.4.
Yes.
Why put just 4 up and
Right.
not like
You
the
think
whole season?
You don't think they'd drop 4 episodes at once, do
I
you?
think it's lofty, but it's, you never know.
Unless you're going to have a 12-episode season. I mean, Jesus, that's half your season right
Hopefully-
there in one day.
Hopefully it'll be that way. I feel like Favreau wants to give the Star Wars fans their fill. We've been
Yeah.
waiting for so long. I feel like he just is like, fuck it, give him
And
the
we're
4
in this
episodes, you
pandemic,
guys.
like everybody's
Yeah,
stuck at home.
that's true.
People
Right.
watch.
Maybe he'll be cool. Or maybe he'll do like a midweek. I don't know. You never know.
Well,
You
we
don't know.
also got the promo art that
Yeah.
was dropped in the Twitter thing. Same font,
Yep.
same thing, but they changed it from tan and yellow to now it's blue.
Yeah.
So it went from kind of hot and deserty to now it's more of a cool feeling. Maybe that's something
hint,
going on. Maybe
yeah.
there's some water planet action. Maybe
I
there's
think
some soft, quieter, more nice planets. Maybe it's more in space. I don't know.
Icy.
But the most important part is you had Mando in the A on the
And
first promo.
Baby Yoda.
But now you got Mando and Baby Yoda.
the child. Or I'm
So,
sorry, the child.
The
yes.
child's
I like
coming
calling
back,
her Baby Yoda.
probably
It's
in a big way.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, we have to assume. So let's talk a little bit about.
Absolutely.
Well, back to the trailer. I've seen so many rumorings on when they're going to drop the trailer. It should
Yeah.
happen any second
Yeah.
now.
No, definitely within the next week.
I think so.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they were originally going to drop it a couple weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and then they like officially put out that they're going to drop the trailer.
Right.
Then they yanked that.
weird.
Then Star Wars
So
Celebration was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago. I think it was like mid-August in Anaheim. That's probably
Mm-hmm. yeah.
where they were planning on dropping it.
Probably.
Right.
That,
Was it
yeah,
Star
that
Wars
makes
Celebration?
sense.
Because we were all at the Star Wars, or you
Oh,
weren't at
we
the
were.
Mandalorian.
I wasn't at. That was the one time. The one.
We were all at Star Wars Celebration. Me and Shauna went to the Mandalorian panel,
Yeah.
and that's when they dropped the promo
Yeah.
for the
Yeah, like
first
the-
season.
Yeah.
and like some footage.
So that was probably their plan, was to
Yeah.
drop it at Star Wars Celebration. So
Totally.
it's going to drop any second.
absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about plot points and what are you guys most excited about for season 2. I'm just going to throw a couple out here. Obviously, we know there's a potential for Boba Fett coming out. We know
Right.
Oh, hell yeah.
We know Ahsoka Tano is going to be on the show. We know, obviously, Grand Moff Gideon busted out that Darksaber. Are we going to get more of his
Sure did.
backstory? Are we going to get more of him in season 2? Mando's new armor. You know, he's rocking a jetpack now.
Hell yeah.
He's like
Let's
fully
go.
armored. He's like full on Mandalorian now. And of course, Baby Yoda. I mean, we don't know anything about his backstory. We don't know where he comes from, where he's going,
No.
anything about the race.
He's so
Yeah.
cute.
What's got you guys most excited about season 2? Sean, I'll let you go first.
I mean, I just want to see more of the story. I want to see more Baby Yoda. I want to see more Mandalorian. I mean, I think it's cool that you've got Boba Fett gonna make an appearance, but honestly, like
Potentially.
Boba Fett didn't really have much of a presence in
Kinda
the
got
Star Wars
robbed.
in
He got robbed in
to
Star
begin
Wars.
with.
Yeah.
So I don't care that much about him as most people do. But yeah, no, I'm totally stoked about
What are
it.
you most excited about? If you had to pick something, Boba Fett, Ahsoka Tano, Moff Gideon's Darksaber, Mando's new jetpack and armor,
much.
and Baby Yoda's back history, which would you most?
Baby Yoda's back history.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We're dying to know.
That's just what I want to. And even more back history of Mando himself. Like I don't,
Yeah.
we still
Right.
don't know that much about him.
Right.
I'm just focused on those 2 characters. I love them, and I just want to see more of them.
They sold us on them, honestly,
Yeah.
this season. Yeah. That first season was just like, I
That's
feel
great.
like that's what everybody cares about. I mean, there's so many other possibilities, but like Baby Yoda is just, I mean, come
What I
on.
liked about it is it was very kind of serial. It was very kind of episodic. Like
Yeah.
you could just watch one episode and be done. Like
Right.
that prison episode, the prison break
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
You could have
Yeah.
just watched that one. It had a start and a finish.
Right.
Great episode. I'm hoping they do a little bit more of that.
Yeah.
Kyra, what's got you
I know
super
her pick.
stoked most about season 2?
Ahsoka.
Yeah?
Of course.
Oh my God, you guys. I mean, Clone Wars, hello. I mean, the fact that they're putting her as a real human life character in Mandalorian is just so perfectly executed and timed after Clone Wars just ending.
Yes.
Ahsoka Tano is one of the most beloved characters in the Star Wars universe, and it's like you wouldn't really know who she is if you didn't watch Clone Wars.
That
and
whole
just watch-
last season of Clone Wars
Oh
was
my
basically just about her.
Yeah, and
And those shitty ass little clone
Yeah.
army fuckers. They suck.
they suck.
But you take them out of
They're-
last
yeah.
season, and it was
Yeah.
the Ahsoka show.
Yeah, but I think Rosario Dawson is going to kill it.
Yeah.
I feel like Ahsoka Tano is just like such a great character. She was there with Anakin through so much.
Yep.
and she just saw him rise and fall. And I mean,
She fought Darth Maul.
You said she farted.
Darth Maul.
she fighted and she fought. And she kind of befriended
She
him
kind
a
of
little bit.
befriended
She
Darth Maul.
understood,
Yep.
and I think that's why people love Ahsoka, because she doesn't judge you. She's been through hell and back too in Clone Wars. I mean, they totally just ostracized her completely.
They killed her off, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they brought her back, or they supposedly killed her.
They just
and then-
like banished her.
yeah, the
I
Jedi
honestly
Academy
haven't
kicked
watched
her out.
Clone Wars that much in detail, you guys. I'm a bad Clone Wars
Okay.
fan. But yeah, no, she was totally banished, and I mean, obviously, Anakin, spoiler, welcomed her right back in because they're so close. But she knew a lot of shit that was going on that takes place during Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, and the way they lined it up. I mean, I just think it's amazing that she's a great character addition. I think.
You think
I just
she's,
don't know
you
what's
think
gonna
she's going to be a mainstay character in the season, or you think it's going to be a one episode and done? Because I think Boba Fett's probably going to be a one and done.
Boba Fett, for
I think
sure.
that's just he might not even be playing Boba Fett. If you didn't know this,
Yeah.
the actor, his name escapes me right now, but he
Yeah.
played the original clone. He's the one that they made the clone army out of. He played
Was Django?
Django Fett.
Django, yeah.
So
Yeah.
he doesn't necessarily have to come back as Boba. He
Right.
could come back as an old clone trooper. I think they're going to do one episode about Boba Fett getting out of the
For sure.
Sarlacc pit, and that's all we're going to see. And fans are going to fucking have to change their pants after they see that episode, because they're going to be, holy shit, we finally saw Boba Fett come out of the fucking Sarlacc pit.
People are culty about Boba Fett.
Yeah.
You know?
And
I
then
think-
it'll go off in the distance. But I'm hoping
Totally.
that Ahsoka becomes a mainstay character. She's at least there, at least in a couple of episodes. Kind of like a Gina Carano was. She wasn't
Yeah.
super important to every episode,
But
but
she
she
made
was
those
still
count.
in like 4 or 5 different episodes.
I think solely based off the fact of how people are so obsessed with this character. I mean, when we went to Celebration,
yeah.
Oh, there's
I hadn't
so
watched
many
Clone Wars at that point. I knew
cosplayers,
who she
yeah.
was, but I didn't know
Yeah.
how loved she was
Yeah.
by all of these people, like even little kids, little younglings dressed up as her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I think that alone will make her be in more than one episode, and rightfully so, because she's such a badass character. And Rosario
Yeah.
Dawson,
And
I
it's
think is
Rosario
right.
Dawson.
Again, that's what I was
Totally
going
gonna
to
kill it.
You-
She's
you don't-
always been a badass woman.
You don't hire
A movie
somebody
star.
like
Yeah.
Rosario Dawson and put him in one episode.
One episode. The fans don't want that.
You're
Yeah,
absolutely
so
right.
I hope she'll be in more than one episode. I think Boba Fett has the potential to have his own side-along episodes and something further in the future, because people are so culty about Boba.
Yeah.
And I think he honestly deserves a couple, whatever they'll do.
Nods.
Will they? I don't know. But I mean, I feel like he deserves his own storyline, and him just being with Mandalorian.
he can still. I think that this might be an introduction of the character, so that they can reintroduce him in the Obi-Wan series.
Oh, there you go. Now,
So
now you-
they're just going to give you. They're going to give you a taste. All right.
there it is.
So they're just going to give you a taste of Boba Fett in this episode, in this
Yeah.
show, and then based on his, the excitement level for it, they'll bring him
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
for Obi-Wan.
Oh, Obi-Wan. That's a whole other
Chuck,
Well,
what about you, Chuck?
I'm just because
I
you
wanna
guys
hear
you
yours.
guys named everything, so I'm just going to say I'm really excited about Moff Gideon. I think
Yeah.
we
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
get nearly as much. What's his name? Giancarlo Esposito
Yeah.
as I wanted to get. So, and obviously the way they ended it with that cliffhanger,
Oh my God.
I want to see like where he got the dark saber. you know,
Yeah.
what is
So
he going to
much
do with
backstory.
it? Are we actually going to see some lightsaber
Totally.
dueling? I
think we
doubt
will.
we'll see lightsaber dueling, but
No.
you never know. I mean, Jesus Christ! I just want to see more
There's
of
so
him.
much.
Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
So anyway, yeah, I'm excited to see more of him.
Yeah.
And obviously, I mean, God, give
There's
me
just
give
so
me
much.
24 episodes, man.
I know.
Please, we deserve it after going through this year of COVID. Come
Right?
on, we need at
Yeah.
least 18. I'm calling 18.
That would be
Favreau,
awesome.
you need to
It
give us
won't
18.
happen,
Yep.
no.
No,
I know,
we'll,
maybe
we'll be
12,
lucky
10.
to get 10.
10.
10.
10,
I think 10. I think 10 is fair.
10
I
is
think 10
absolutely
we can,
fair.
especially if they're going to be kind of short.
Yeah.
And they're breaking it up. You know,
Yeah.
you never know how they're going to break them up and just.
It might, like Shauna said, they might drop all 4 and then take a long break,
Like a
and
season,
then,
yeah,
and then give
mid-season.
us like 9 more. I
That
don't
would
know.
be awesome. I'm down for that.
Please.
Well, anyway, guys, we could talk about this shit all day. This has been the longest episode of Chuck Load of Comics we have
sorry.
done in a
No
long time.
way.
Oh, I
This is
love
great.
it. I love it. I love having 3 people on the show. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Kyra, can't thank you enough for coming here, man.
I love to be here, you guys.
Thank you for the Dune info.
I know, right?
And, oof, Dune. Anytime you want me to talk about Dune, you guys know.
Cool.
I am down.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching Chuckload of Comics. We will be here next Sunday right here on YouTube for a breakdown of all the nerdy crap that went down over the past 7 days. We are here to deliver you the dirt in
The dirt,
the geekiest way possible, guys. So thanks a lot. Click the subscribe button. Join us here next Sunday, and have a fantastic week. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye, guys.
Goodbye. Have a fantastic week.